Go! Alright, we're with Mick Edmondson of Backpage Football. We're with Radio Motorsport. Mick, how did it all start?
Well, it was a life dream really. I'm football mad, and it's a football mad city. And I worked in shops for years and years, managerial experience when I was younger. I always had the dream to open a football shop in a football mad city. It's not really rocket science, so the two work great together.
Alright, but you've got also other sports downstairs. I mean, you've got your full kit with anything really, athletics, boxing, everything.
Yeah, I mean, Newcastle is football. Football's the main sport in Newcastle, although I've got a very successful basketball team. We've had a rugby union team who've been in the top flight of English rugby for the past 20 years, but it's mainly football. So we do offer other sports, everything from athletics to yachting, but it's mainly football. And it's not just Newcastle United, it's every English club, it's teams from all over Europe. As long as it's in English language, we sell it.
How do you get all the progress? I mean, must be a long way to get all the progress from the European Cup finals, FA Cup finals from the past, everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, basically we've been open now for 8 years, trading for 8 years, and when we first opened, we sourced a lot of things on eBay, on the internet. And then as we've established ourselves, we've never had to advertise. People just bring their stuff to us to sell. I mean, today, for instance, I've bought a Stephen Taylor boot, a match-worn boot, bought a signed football, some old trade cards, some bubblegum cards, and a signed shirt. That's just today. Every day we'll get people bringing stuff in.
We can see also Italian connections in your shop. I mean, you're selling programs and books which are related with Italian football anyway. And this is good, of course, but you've got a story to tell about particular t-shirts as well.
Yeah, it's the. Have you ever seen a Mackem in Milan? Mackem is a term used by Geordies for supporters of Sunderland, our arch rivals. Well, local rivals, I wouldn't say arch rivals. And the story comes about when we played into Milan in 2002 in the Champions League. We all went over, 15,000 of us went over to the San Siro, and while we're in the city of Milan having the beers, the song started, "Have you ever seen a Mackem in Milan?" because the reference to Sunderland, they've only ever played 4 games in European competition when Newcastle United have played 120. And you know, they always think they're a big club, but really we are the big club. We're the big city, they're the little town, the smaller club. So it's a song we sing to the Mackems. Have you ever seen a Mackem in Milan? The answer is no.
Okay.
The answer is no. Yeah.
Alright, but I guess you've been anyway to Rome and Turin as well. Can you recall the experiences?
Yeah.
You can see your problems.
We enjoyed a trip to Juventus, Juve. Well, we didn't stay in Turin, we stayed in Milan. It was unfortunately the result wasn't great, but it was a good atmosphere. The night in Roma at the Olympic Stadium, I think it was that, if I recall, that was a 1-1 draw, so that was a great experience at the old Olympic Stadium. And then we also played against Inter Milan, of course, as aforementioned, at the San Siro, which was great with 15,000 Geordies. Alan Shearer got 2 and we drew 2s each. It was a great night, that. You know, like tops off in the San Siro and pogo in the San Siro. It was great. It was just a great atmosphere.
Because it was in the lower tier, was it? Lower tier.
It was in the group stages. Yeah, the group stage, the first.
Yeah, but you were behind the goal in the stadium with fans.
Yes, we were behind the goal. We were all behind the goal, yeah, on the lower tier. Yeah, it was absolutely.
Because away fans now they're not there anymore. They just go on top of the stadium. So you were lucky to get those places in that specific.
Oh, right,
season.
Yeah. So, well, at least they won't be throwing rockets at us now.
Oh, did you get thrown in?
Oh yeah, there was a massive rocket just missed me actually, yeah, and other things were thrown. We didn't get a motorbike or a scooter, which I've heard has happened there before, but we got everything thrown at us, but we don't care.
Alright, what about Paul Gascoigne as well? Has he ever come here? Because I can see there are signed shirts, and he's still a massive hero for Lazio fans anyway, back in Italy.
Yeah. Paul Gascoigne, obviously he's a Geordie. He was born in Tyneside, a Newcastle fan, grew up as a Newcastle fan. actually went to Ipswich on trial with Gascoigne. I'm 46, Gaz will be 44 now, and I actually roomed with Gascoigne at Ipswich Town, and also went to Middlesbrough with him on trial, and also at Newcastle United. My claim to fame is I captained Newcastle youth team. When we played Hearts at Midlothian, Hearts of Scotland, we played them away. I was captain and Gascoigne was sub. That's my claim to fame, but I've put on the weight since then, put on a few pounds. But yeah, Paul Gascoigne's started his career at Newcastle, and then obviously moved to Tottenham, on to Lazio, and then to Rangers, Everton.
Has he ever come here to your shop, or have you seen him around in the city centre?
Yes, Paul's a friend obviously, but he hasn't been in for a couple of years now. He's now living down on the south coast of Bournemouth, but he has been in on a couple of occasions. Obviously with Stocky's sort of biography and a lot of memorabilia, and he does signed stuff for us, so we get signed shirts and signed photographs, etc. But Jimmy Five Billies was only in about a week ago. Jimmy is a good friend as well. And Jimmy Five Billies, who used to be 22 stone, is now 11 stone.
Oh, he's well done to him.
Half his body weight. He said to us that a year ago he couldn't walk more than 2 miles a week, but now he walks 115 miles every week. He walked into the shop into town from Dunstan Gateshead and back out again, which is about a 6-7 mile round trip. And he puts it down to grapefruit juice and going to the gym, everyone. But you wouldn't believe Jimmy Five Billy's Gaz's mate is now like that.
Absolutely. Last question is about your shop anyway. I mean, what's going to be next frontier? I mean, how are you going to take it forward? Opening, other shops around town or in different cities or around Europe?
Well, we'd love to take the back page to the world. I think the way to do it though is via the internet. We've just got a brand new website. tbpsportsmemorabilia.co.uk.com, and that's the way we've started populating that site. We've got a couple of thousand items on already, but it's obviously every day we will continue to add to that. As for opening other stores, it would be quite hard, because the beauty of Newcastle is that the stadium's actually in the city centre. You go to Italy, as you know, the San Siro's quite far out. Juve's ground's quite far out, the city centre. In this country, in England, the only stadium which is actually in the city centre is Newcastle United. There's no other stadium. So we get through the week, we get the trade of the city, and at the weekend we also get the match crowd. You don't get one the other, we get both, so we're lucky.
Perfectly.
And there's almost 52,000 people every week, hail or rain,
So it's still St James's Park anyway.
Always will be St James's Park. Never will be anything else.
Right.
Always St James's Park.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright.
Brilliant. Good.
Thanks.
Good stuff.
Right.
Come across all right there, yeah?
I'm coming through because I'm just going to focus onto the Gascoigne, get some Gascoigne. You can edit this, can't you, really?
And there's that as well.
And the pictures.
I've got a couple of photos.
I'm doing one at front.
Right, because you can like some sort of end shot going around to the Gascoigne.